Let's start. Let's start with first part of our session, make portals in Power Pages. Just allow me a minute. Okay, so we are going to start with portals in Power Pages. So, as I told you, we are going to cover three topics: introduction to Power Pages, core components and features, and explore Design Studio. So, let's understand what is Power Pages. So, if I'm talking about Power Pages, basically it is a secure, enterprise grade, low code software as a service platform for creating, hosting, and administering modern external facing business websites. Whether you are a low code maker or a professional developer, Power Pages enables you to rapidly design, configure, and publish websites that seamlessly work across web browsers and devices. Power Pages provide a great way to allow internal and external audiences to view and interact with the data from Microsoft Dataverse or Dynamics 365, and should be consideration as a pillar in organizations' overall web strategy. So earlier, we were having the concept of portals within the Power Apps. Recently, it has been introduced as a new member of Power Platform family. So with Power Pages, you can build sites by using same shared business data stored in Microsoft Dataverse that you use for building apps, workflows, intelligent virtual agent, reports, and analytics with other Microsoft Power Platform components in your organization. So basically, if I highlight the points, so it says it is low code solution for creating multilingual responsive websites for users external to your organization as well as internal to your organization. It provides the various capabilities like use any of the commercial or enterprise logins providers like Azure AD or Microsoft account, LinkedIn, Facebook, even anonymous access is allowed. You can enable that as well. So these are the default features which you can make use of. It provides us a specific designer. What you see is what you get designer to create a website content and enrich with, and it is enriched with Microsoft Dataverse data using familiar construct like forms, views, charts, and dashboards. So in model-driven application, we have worked around it, right? So we can make use of that designer, and in that designer, we would be able to use the forms, views, charts, which we have already worked around within the Microsoft Dataverse. It provides you that extensibility feature. So if you are a professional developer, you can extend the Power Pages capabilities to address complex business processes. And not only this, it also provides you various pre-built templates so you can start directly to build your website. I hope you got a good introduction around Power Pages. Now, let me help you for Power Pages capabilities. Basically, as I mentioned, the Power Pages portal sites are built on top of Dataverse, right? So you already know what is Dataverse. You know the capabilities of Dataverse. So whatever are the capabilities of Dataverse is automatically getting in Power Pages. So think about that you are supposed to create a website, and in that website you would be putting everything by your own hand. You have to take care of the security. You have to associate it with the data, right? There are validation required, so you are doing it manually. But when you have Power Pages as an option, which is built on the top of Dataverse, you are getting centralized administration, management, and monitoring system. Because Dataverse itself is very rich in metadata, and it also provides you common data model, so you can make use of that as well. Because of Dataverse, you are getting comprehensive security and auditing features, provides you declarative forms and views, business logic, validation, and process automation features. And if you have extended the Dataverse extensibilities, sorry, Dataverse, you have extended the Dataverse capabilities, those additional feature would also be implemented automatically in Power Pages. So if you go for PL 400 course, then you might be learning the Dataverse extensibility and integrations. So that is also being supported here. So these are the various capabilities which you would be getting when you make use of Power Pages. So now let me help you how to provision a web page site, Power Pages site. So for that, let me help you with the first requirement. You should be having a Dataverse, and you should be having the system administrator role to create the website. Okay, it is not recommended to create a site in the default environment. So when I'm talking about the Dataverse is also required, so therefore first of all you would go to the make.powerpages.com microsoft.com site, and then you would choose the environment. You should not work in default environment, right? And then once you have chosen the environment, choose your template and provide name and web address, and it's done. So it would take some time when you provision your website first time. Okay. So you can start with the steps, and then just wait. Meanwhile, we cover some more topics. I have already provisioned the website for you guys. So I have just shown you what all steps are involved. Now, when we talk about website is a collection of web pages. So here also, if we are creating the Power Pages based website, it is collection of web pages. So every web page is going to have a URL. Okay, so basically a web page represents a particular URL in a portal's website and is one of the core tables of portal's content management system. So through parent and child relationship to other web pages, this table forms the hierarchy of website, which is its sitemap. So web pages are also form the basis for including other specialized table types in the portal sitemap, like web files, shortcuts, forums, ideas, blogs, all these things. So each of these records has a relationship with the parent page, which defines the URL and where the entries are located on the portal site. So you can see always here, this is like my home URL, and after the home URL, I am getting the page URLs, right? Yes, we. So web pages can be added and edited by using the Design Studio, okay, or directly by using the portal management app. So if you are going for this Design Studio, you would select the portal site, click on edit, Then go to the plus icon you would find on the command bar, choose the layout, then enter the details on the properties pane, and then page will be automatically saved. For this, the user must be a licensed Power App user with the security privileges. So for both the things, user must be a licensed Power Apps user with security privileges. Okay. Now, if we talk about the portal management app, you can open the portal management app. You can go to the web pages, then select new, enter the page detail and save. Then this way you can create a new page. So these are the two ways to work around your web pages. I hope it is clear. Now, let's talk about the lists and forms. The strength of the portal is the ability actually to interact with information and data that is stored in Dataverse. So if we talk about lists and forms, these we have used in model-driven application. List is actually representing views, and forms will following the form definitions to create dynamic and interactive portal pages that works with Dataverse also. So a web page record can be linked to a list or form. The linked list or the form will be used by the template to render the page layout by using the data from Dataverse based on system or custom entities. So the templates which you are looking at, like it's a template, okay, and the template might use list and form definition to include interactivity. For example, read write access to the Dataverse record. So if permissions are not there, data would not be visible. So list defines how the list of Dataverse record is displayed on the portal pages, and they are defined by one or more model-driven Power Apps views, including functionality like filtering and sorting. Lists can also have actions associated with them to enable, create, edit, read abilities, and to trigger workflows. Even when you are looking at the list, display format is also possible. So display format include traditional grid list, calendar, or map, and spreadsheet download. A list can be added as a component. So it is like a component here, right? So it is like a component to a web page in Power Page Design Studio. So after placing a list component on the page, the maker will need to set the properties of the list. So these are like properties you can see. Okay. Then maker will choose the table. Here you can see table and one or more views that which should be visible on the list. Okay. And similarly, when you work around the form, you would be able to provide the form details and you would be able to even set the redirect properties when the form is getting submitted, where to redirect. All these properties you can set. Now, another beautiful feature which we are getting from Power Pages, that is the security. So users of the portal sites are tracked in Microsoft Dataverse as contacts. So the portal management model-driven application provides access to the contact table and has forms to manage passwords, view portal-specific contact information, and provide registration and profile management forms for the portal. All interactions and actions that a portal user takes, for example, leaving a comment on a page, are tied to their contact record in the Dataverse. So this is the way it provides a kind of security that who is accessing the website. Now, let me help you for the authentication part. By default, there are two types of authentication feature. One, local authentication, and two, external authentication. So when I'm talking about local authentication, common forms-based authentication with usernames and password hashtags are stored in Dataverse contact record itself. So you can, like, as a user, you just click on register and it would give you a kind of form, and you can enter your username and password and you can make a record. So let me highlight this section. Here it is. Okay, local sign in, which is by default enabled. Otherwise, we have external authentication as identity provider. These are all like external authentication options from where Azure AD is by default activated. So in this scenario, credentials and password management are handled by other identity provider, and the supported authentication provider include OAuth 2, which supports Microsoft, Twitter, Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, Yahoo, OpenID, that is Azure Active Directory, Azure Active Directory B2C, and even WS Federation and SAML 2.0. These providers are used for integration with on-premises Active Directory and other identity services. So almost every identity provider is available for us to be implemented in Power Pages. Like you must have seen when you open a website and you do not have login, you have seen a Google option, sign in with Google or sign in with LinkedIn. These options are there, right? So if you have created a website using the Power Pages and you wanted to have such features also, you can configure these features as well. So these are the authentication methods which has been given to us. Okay. Now next comes authorization. So after the user is authenticated and associated with a contact, Power Pages uses many tables to define authorization. That is what a user is allowed to do. So it's like a permission. Okay. So selecting share from the portal app option will provide information on how to share the portal app with internal and external user. Web roles you can create. So web role, so there are default web roles like I would say anonymous user, administrator, and authenticated user. So basically, web roles allows an administrator to control user access to the portal content and database records. So what is a web role? A web role is like a security role you can consider. Okay, so a web role can be associated with website permissions. Here, I'm talking about website permission, which defines what front side editing permissions that a web role should have. Then we can even define web access rule, which would help us to define what pages are visible to a web role and what action can be taken. And we can individually provide table permission. With this table permission feature, we can define what access a web role has to individual Dataverse entities. Okay, so a portal contact, the contact which is there in the portal, might be assigned to one or more web role at a time. Access rules and permissions of individual roles are combined to calculate the resulting permission set. As I have already told you, so there are various web roles, default web roles. So one of the web role in the portal can be marked as anonymous and the other as authenticated. So these roles allow you to apply permissions and access rules to all portal users based on whether they are signed in or if they can access the site anonymously. I hope this is clear so far. Now, let me help you with some more feature. Like suppose you have created a website using the Power Pages, but what if we wanted to extend the portal features? So although Power Pages is considered as a no code or low code solution to build portal sites, but it also provides us some extending features like Liquid, web templates. You can modify the web Power Pages with the help of JavaScript and CSS. Even provides you Portal Web API and some companion apps. So, situations might occur where certain requirement necessary to extend the development. So, an advanced maker or a professional developer can extend the Power App portal in these several ways. So if I'm talking about Liquid, so what is Liquid here? Liquid is an open source markup language that can be embedded into content and web templates. So that is Liquid. So in case of Liquid, you have a special notation like I remember percentage symbols are used, okay, double curly brackets are used, and it would help you to define your web templates also. Portals are provisioned with prevent set of web templates. Now I'm talking about the web templates here, and what is the benefit that defines how a web page is structured. So portal customizers can modify or create new web templates to address a specific requirement. For example, a web template can be created to display static and dynamic content in a specific layout. Even the third point, if I talk about custom JavaScript code can be embedded in different portal assets such as web pages, web templates, table forms, and table list. JavaScript can be used to enhance the client interface and add complex user input validation or call external web services. Scripting in Power Apps portal is specific to portal components and does not use a script from modern apps in table forms or views. If we talk about the styling part, yes, you can work around the styling using the cascading style sheet, CSS cascading style sheet. I hope you know that. It would be used to control the appearance and behavior of the portal web pages. So CSS can also implement a specific portal feature instead of JavaScript code. For example, you wanted to hide certain page elements. So you can make use of CSS as well. Okay. Some more points I would like to add on. So some situation might occur where custom code is required to create or update data in Dataverse without submitting the table form or web form. So in such a situation, a common technique a common technique is to create a custom web app outside of the Power App portal by using the web app feature of Azure App Service or Azure function that will expose an API and that can be securely called from JavaScript or portal pages. So the web app can interact with data by using the standard Dataverse web API. So these are the options for further customization. Now, let me talk about Power Pages components. So what are components available? We have Power Pages solutions, we have Power Pages metadata, and we have Power Pages websites. So basically a Power Pages portal site that is provisioned in Microsoft Dataverse environment is composed of these three main components. Okay, so if we talk about the portal solution, it provide the update to Microsoft Dataverse such as table, processes, and plugin. The portal metadata loads the portal template data that defines the portal. And finally, the Azure web application is installed that will render the Power Pages site to the world. Okay, so basically in the solutions, numerous Dataverse solutions are installed in the environment, and these solutions contain modern portal management app, entities, forms, views, and processes to store, manage, and portal metadata. And additional solutions are installed to enable the functionality of specific templates. Solution contains several actions, workflows, and plugins that are deployed to automate the creation of specific portal records and assist with the management of portal users. The solution should not be installed individually by an administrator but installed as a part of the portal provision process. If I'm talking about metadata here, so Power Pages metadata will describe the portal website, web pages, web templates, code snippets, basic forms, advanced forms, list, site settings, and other configuration data. So the data is stored in Dataverse, and a portal maker can add, modify, or delete portal metadata to specifically configure a portal application by using the Power Pages Design Studio or the Power Portal Management app or legacy front-side editing tool. So one of the distinctive features of Power Pages is using Dataverse as centralized storage for information that is required to run the portal website. Everything that portal requires to run, including metadata and content, is stored in Dataverse database only, which helps make backing up and transporting portal solutions between environments easier. Okay, and when we talk about this Power Pages website, it is like a Microsoft Azure web app is configured to run the portal site by using the portal solution and metadata, and the web app is automatically configured in the same region as the Dataverse environment. So this web app is accessible through a unique URL that is specified during the provisioning process. I hope you remember when I was talking about creation step, we were talking about the web URL. So the web app is not customizable. However, portal administrator have a number of configuration options available to them. For example, they can configure the portal web app to capture the detailed diagnostic logs for troubleshooting purpose. So these are the components of Power Pages. So now let me talk about the Power Pages tools. So Microsoft Power Platform provides many tools to help you administer, configure, fine-tune Power Pages portal site to meet specific requirement. So basically, the provisioning process will also install a suite of tools to configure and design your portal site. So the very first thing is Power Apps Portal Admin Center, which provides a place to configure and define specific features of your portal, such as SharePoint integration and custom URLs. The next one is Portal Management App. So this Portal Management App is a model-driven Power App that is used to configure and basically you can create and update portal metadata which defines the structure and functionality of your portal site. And the final one which I'm talking about here, Power Pages Design Studio, which provides a WYSIWYG designer. We talked about it, WYSIWYG, right? What you see is what you get, to build and design custom Power Apps portals. So these are the tools which are given to us to work on the Power Pages. So as I told you, Power Apps Portal Admin Center, it provides a series of functions for administration of portal sites such as configuring custom URLs, enabling diagnostic logging, or to enable or install specific features such as SharePoint or Power BI, right? So these are the pointers, and you can see here portal actions available. So Power Page is Design Studio, which is a Visivic portal editing tool that allows maker to create and organize web pages, configure page layout, add portal component, modify CSS, added web template, and page source code also. So this is the Visivic designer look and feel which you can make use of to edit your web pages. Okay, it's a safe place to modify the portal metadata. Next is portal management app. So uh, basically we are talking about the configuration. So it's mentioned here, not all portal configuration feature are available in the Power Pages Studio. So where we would modify further. So portal management app is there. So portal management app is a powerful modern application that allows maker to add, modify, or delete any of the portal metadata records that define the portal functionality and appearance. The portal management app can be used for creating and editing content snippets, managing advanced options for the table forms and list, and other advanced configuration tasks. Okay, so if you wanted to open the portal management app from the Power Page Design Studio, you would be able to see that option to open this particular application, and you would find these all settings. Okay, there is a warning also. Please make a note of it. It says incorrectly modifying the portal metadata might have undesirable effects on the operation and appearances of your portal. So that's why it was mentioned in the previous slide that Design Studio is a safe place to modify your pages. So now let me show you a demonstration. I have already created a website here. You can see. Okay, this is my Fabricum milestone website, which I have provisioned. This is the URL of the website, and here the edit option is available. So when I click on edit, I open the studio. So basically, I have already selected my correct environment and I have already provisioned my website. And then I'm able to look at my Power Pages Design Studio. So this is the home page on my screen right now. Let me close these options. Okay, so my website is ready. This is my home. When I click on home, basically I'm landing to the same page, and here these are the various templates available. You can explore whatever templates you are looking for. Whatever template actually suits your requirement, you can make use of the template and you can begin with that. You have this learn feature also. So it is a very good platform if you wanted to learn something more around Power Pages, because in today's session, I'm just going to help you with a quick introduction layer type of working. But yes, if you wanted to explore more around Power Pages, so you can see various video-based learnings are also available. You can make use of this learn. And then we have solutions. So if we see solutions, list of solutions would be provided. So many solutions got loaded. As we were discussing about the solutions also earlier, right? Dynamic solutions are there, dynamic website based solutions basically. Okay, the various web solutions has been created. Okay, so these are the areas which you would get from the main main screen. Now I'm going back to home and I open the website, and from the three dots we can open the portal management app. So this is the portal management app. So right now I'm on websites. You can see this is showing me the website basically here. You can check on the all list of website if you have created multiple website. Right now I have only one, and when I click on that website, I open to that particular web page, website. We can see root pages here, we can see child pages, we can see here these all pages are available as child pages, right? So when you look at your website, you would find it. Then we have list also, we have basic forms also. So one default form is there for the contact record. So as we were discussing earlier, that contact, so this contact form is there. So you can see these are the various options. Now we are moving to the page templates. So from this page template, you can refer to individual page and you can see what template it is using. So you can see here, I have opened right now full page, and right now it is using rewrite template. Rewrite template cannot be modified. Okay, it is like some default templates, and for you, for this particular web page, you can see web template has been used, and you can modify the web template with the help of liquid code as well. So here you can see content snippets available. If you wanted to modify any content with the help of content snippet, you can modify. So these many snippets has been picked up from almost all the pages there in the website. So you can open any content snippet and modify from here as well. Like you have email label, or there are so many options, right? Then from here also you can refer to the basic forms or list which we were looking at earlier, right? From the website we have seen that. So directly, if you go down this content also, so you can directly refer to that content part from these sections. So basic forms, list, web files. Now this is the section of security where you have the contacts as a first option, which would load, which would have all the records who are allowed, like who are like authenticated users for your website. So these are the security layers. You can even have the column permission profiles. You can have table permissions. You can see here web roles are also listed on the site. Okay, so this is the overall portal management app. Now I'm on my home page. So if I want to design my home page, this is the right now current look and feel of my home page. So if I modify the first section, like I'm updating the company name, it would be updated for every page. Let's save it. You can see it is updated. From here, you can edit the website in the Visual Studio. So if you are good at code and you wanted to modify the website using code, you can click on Edit Code. You can see it is opening the Visual Studio code, and let me just allow it. So the whole code is there. You can modify the website using code also. So coding features are there. If you know HTML, you can modify that. Right now, I'm not doing anything on this. I'm closing it. Let me close. Okay. Now, when you have done something, you should sync it. Right now, I have not done any change, so I'm clicking on cancel. Otherwise, you should always sync the changes so that it would be reflected on your website. Here is the sync option available. You can always click on sync and it would be synced if you have modified anything at data warehouse layer or in your code layer. So you can sync it from here. So now you can see here the child tab pages. So we have pages. So it is going to create a sitemap. And here is a subpage one. Let me pick up the subpage one. And I'm interested to show course details, let's say. Okay. So you can see how easily I can modify the content on my website. So here I wanted to add some content to explain something on the web page. So we can even make use of Copilot feature. This is recently added features. So I can modify the content on my website using Copilot. Let me try that as well. So I'm saying rewrite. Let me do this. Let me delete it. This. Let me select all. Oh, wait. Now Copilot. I would be able to tell the Copilot what I'm looking for. So I'm saying to have me some text for the course offered. So it has given me good text. So you can see here, I can make use of that. I can rewrite. I can even change the tone, that what kind of tone I'm interested for. Okay. I've selected educational. So it would rewrite the content. And if it is good to go, I can just replace the text and it would be added there. Now here is the add an action option, section option, and here I can go for option. I can add a section of one column, two column. I'm selecting one column right now. And within that one column section, I can add text, button, image, video, forms. And with the three dots, if you explore, you would get more options to play around in this section. So I'm actually interested to add a list. So I'm selecting list here. So when I'm selecting list, it is asking me to choose a table from where I wanted to get my data. So let me look for a table. So here is my course table. I select that course table. So I wanted to list out list of courses. And from the selected data view, I can choose a view which would help me to have the list data. And I can uh, give a name of the list, although I'm going to change it here, like courses offered. And you can see we have this actions or more actions, and I've not changed anything. I've just click on done. So right now it is showing me some sample data on the preview part on design mode. So what is next? Once you have added your list, I need to give the permissions. So click on new permission. So here, access type, you can look at the access type. Okay, you have the permissions to like security role. In the security role you have, so I wanted to give a read permission or write permission, create a permission. So these are options. And here is the role section. You can click on add roles and you can associate a role, administrator or anonymous user or authenticated user. So right now I'm talking about list of courses. So I'm thinking to give all the roles. Like I wanted to give global access of reading to the administrator also, to the anonymous users also, and to the authenticated users also. Okay, so this is the way I'm going to give access to this particular table on the list. Let me give you so check marking. I'm just trying. Okay, yeah, it's working now. So I've given all this read permission to all three. Okay, and then I click on save. Then I would be saving it. So from here, preview, I can preview my app. So if I scan from mobile, it would open the website on mobile. It's a responsive site getting created. Right now I've selected desktop and I should be able to see the list of courses from my Dataverse table. Okay, it's visible. You can see these are the courses which are there in my Dataverse table and it is visible. Now, let's go to uh, The setup, I have opened the setup, and this is the site details where you can see it is in private mode. When I click on this site visibility, I would be able to go for, so you would be able to see like site visibility is also available directly. So right now it is in private mode. I can make it public mode so that if you try to access the URL of my website, or you scan it from your phone, you would be able to see my website. So although I should be creating my site public when everything is ready, but I'm just trying it. So I'm just making this site public. I have selected this and set to public. Let me rename the subpage one. I'm setting, I go to the setting of that page. I'm providing a name here. So courses offered. Here is the partial URL. From here, you can specifically set some permission to this particular page. Right now, I'm just setting it up to anyone can see this, but you can set specifically. Okay, but I've not done any change, so let's say okay. So page is updated. Now here I am selecting sub page 2. Let it select. And let me do the setting first. So I'm going to design this subpage 2 for a new registration. So that's why I have given the name as new registration. So I'm thinking to have a student registration. So let's give the name student registration right now. So this is my subpage 2. Let's give the name here on the page heading, register as a student, and below already one section is visible to me. I can select the form. I've selected it. Okay. So even you can design the form with the help of Copilot. Right now I'm selecting new form and I'm searching for a student table. I think student table is not there. I have another table. I have to change my particular uh, page detail. Okay, let me go for that particular table, trainer table. So I'm going to select a form, which is my main form actually. And here I can name the form also. And you can see in the sidebar, okay, the properties were there. Okay, I have not done any change. So I just click on OK. Now I'm changing this information, register as a trainer actually. And you can see my simple form is there. So it is readily available. So for this also, I need to set the permissions. I click on new permission, and here automatically create is selected. These are the different permissions which I can give. Global access, contact access. I'm continuing with the global access. I'm giving the read, write, and create permission. And here is the add roles again. This time I'm going to select administrator and authenticated users only. No anonymous user should be making an entry in trainer table. So save. So I go to the home page. Now let me preview. Sync first. Definitely I have modified my page. So I would be required to sync, then preview. Mhm. Okay, so these are the pages options on my screen. Courses offered, new registration. So courses offered, sorry, I actually selected the new registration and I now need to sign in. So suppose I do not have the user credential, what I can do, I can click on that register option. This is the local sign-in option, and this is external sign-in, which is by default Azure AD. I can click on register here. And here you can create a local user. I have already created a local user and I have signed in now quickly. So when you sign in, this is the kind of page you would see. I'm just avoiding the details. And because I have signed in, now form is visible. Okay. Form is visible and I can make an entry here as well. So I hope it is clear because it is allowed to authenticate users. So that's why it is visible. I'm going back to my studio. There is a styling feature. If I wanted to play around the color combination directly through the styling rather than going for CSS, this is styling feature you can use. You can change the colors. You can see I just modified the color and it would be implemented on my website immediately. So it's like a theme which you are selecting. And if you wanted to play around it, specifically some colors, you can select and you can modify like this. You can select that color. Okay. And you can see the colors are changing on the website. Immediately you can see the preview, right? I'm changing it to back to the orange option. Okay, I think I saved it where it is. And if you go down, let me just change this one again. Yeah, okay, this is better. So if you go down in the section, you would find the font options also. Okay, various options you have for the styling purpose. You can just have a look. These are the styling option. Now let's go to the data section. So data section would show you all the tables on which you are working upon within the Power Pages. So right now, feedback table is a default table which is already there. Then we have course and trainer table also because I have included it. And from this same page, you would be able to see the table data, and you have the views also, you have the forms also. So if you see the views, whatever views are available for that particular table, you can select any one view, like multiple views are supported, right? So you can select the view and similarly form. This is setup, and here is also option table permissions, progressive web application. So you can see when enabled, your web app will be published and can be exported as an app package. So that is a feature you would have. You can make it active if you wanted to do that. Okay. So you can give a site name and then even if you wanted to go for chatbot and cloud flows, although it is in preview mode, but yes, these integration are also possible. From these three dots, you have the flows and portal management. Okay. Now, one more thing which is I'm looking for is, okay, site details. Yeah, here, open admin center. So you can open the admin center of Power Pages. So Power Pages admin center you can open. It is actually referring to the Power Platform admin center with respect to the Power Pages. So here it is directly opening the Fabricum site. And from here you can convert to production also. Your website can be converted to production. You can even connect to the custom domain if you have. Here you can set IP restriction, custom certificates, authentication key, visibility, permissions, all these settings you can also perform for your website, right? So this is basically opening the Power Platform Admin Center, but specifically because from that option, I'm actually accessing the Power Pages admin. So I hope it is clear. From site details, I have opened it. Another one is identity providers. So here you have seen these two has been enabled, local sign-in and Azure Active Directory that is enabled, and rest you can configure if you want. Okay, like Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, these all, if you are looking for, you can configure. You can see a long list is given to us. You can just click on configure, and if you have the account available for your company and you wanted to configure that, you can configure it. Even I remember we can enable or disable also. Let me show you first this. So if I sign out, you can see form is not visible. If I click on sign in, and here these two options, Azure AD and local, right? Yeah, here if you wanted to not to have the local sign in, you can even disable it also. So disabling feature is also available. I hope this is clear. So uh, that's all on the demo part.